automatically ringing him, and I didn't want it to like annoy him, so I just quitted him until. Hang on, I need to change the title and stuff.
So will the beginning and then when you stopped it?
It will be basically just it will just have ended after I said I've left.
Like, will it be a cut? Will it be a cut?
Hang on. I just need to tell people it was accidentally ended. A new one has started. Right, okay. They should be on in a second.
Can we express our... Hey, Bippity, do you think we can express our intense dislike for Tuman?
For who?
Tuman.
Who's that?
It's funny because the guy, I think he's the youngest wiki keeper, and he's the head admin. He outranks everyone.
And
it's
he's
scary.
Younger than everyone.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's just wow.
He's still older than Crunch.
Okay,
did you say Thunder Crunch?
Thunder
Did you say...
That sounds like a
I heard
really
Thunder Crunch.
I
strange-
skip it.
Oh god, that's disturbing. Oh yeah, how will we obtain the cute fish? Because will it just like
It falls.
follow us straight from the beginning?
Well,
I
there's
think
an
it
egg
falls
model
from
for
space.
it. I don't really know.
Yeah, I think the plan is you find the egg and then it becomes your friend.
But what if you like killed the egg or dropped it out somewhere and then?
Well then,
Man, you're a terrible
you lost a
person.
friend. Congratulations.
What if you like fried it because you were
Go
hungry?
find it. I don't think you can. I don't think the ability to keep the futures is gonna be. Also, is the stream up again?
Yes, it is. It's working again now. Sorry about that, guys.
Okay,
I
good.
accidentally pressed Alt F8 instead of Alt F7. I'm an idiot. I know. Does Obraxis like hamsters? What a cheerful question.
Does he like what?
Hamsters.
Does he?
What?
I
What?
can't hear you. What did
What?
you say?
What? 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 What?
All right, calm down. Calm
Sorry.
down.
Can we die from the Kara in the final game? I'm probably not going to be able to ask him that, am I? Because it's to do with the story.
It's been answered though, already.
Okay. Sorry, Red Randomizer, but I won't ask that. I mean,
Well,
answer.
the answer was
No.
No, there won't. Cause the story's not going to be on a timer or anything. 'Cause some people aren't actually going to want to play the story. Some people
True.
just want to survive.
What are your
play a
thoughts? This is just a generic question. What are your thoughts on the new precursor base update in the Lost River?
It's in my opinion, they should have finished it.
Before they released it.
Yeah, because the exterior isn't completely done and the interior isn't done.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they should have waited, but
why they added it.
What?
Yeah,
I don't really understand why they added the Lost River one.
What?
because it's not done. It's not done.
It's just there's nothing there. It's just a block with no interior.
It is. It's just
I
like
don't
a
really understand
decoration,
why
like
they-
the vending
I don't really
machine.
understand why it was added.
Okay. Also, before anyone asks,
Yeah.
the sea dragon that probably escaped was probably a smaller sea dragon. Just letting you know.
Thunder,
It does fit in, though.
It fits in, but
Thunder
just letting you know, it's probably a smaller sea. Shut up, Bippity.
You
The
don't
doc-
know
the doc
me.
say so.
You don't know me.
The doc say so.
Speculating is against the law.
Yes.
Excuse me. Speculation is what drives us insane. That sounded better in my head.
Yeah, it did.
I've never heard that quote before. I'm not gonna lie.
Don't quote me on that.
I'm not going to. Don't worry.
Everyone.
I swear to God, if I start seeing that in the chat, the stream will end.
You don't have the power over that.
Okay.
Fight me.
Do you prefer cats or dogs? I'm gonna change your question, even though I'm still crediting your name, because I'm an evil dictator.
Cats.
I prefer dogs. Not gonna lie.
Well, Thunder's wrong. We learned that today.
In everything.
Excuse me, I can't have a dog. I'm sorry, I'm not allowed.
I have my Dalmatian sleeping about 5 meters away from me, so he heard that,
Wake him
and
up.
he's going to bite you. No,
I'm
he
kidding,
wouldn't
my
actually.
cancer-
He
my
literally wouldn't hurt a fly. Abraxis is should be here in 4 minutes, but I somehow think he's behind schedule somewhat.
Better be.
Well, yeah, he's British. He's probably stopping by. To
Whoa,
get
what are you
tea.
saying, you
He's talking
racist?
with the Queen.
You
That's
racist.
not racist. No, he's probably stopping by to say hi to the Queen and.
Yeah, we do.
It's not that
all the
easy to
time.
get to the Queen.
Can't you just hop the fence?
No, unless you're very drunk.
Yeah, you have to deal with the army of corgis.
Would you
Yeah.
hope
There's an
to have
army?
control of the rocket in the full game? Well, I mean, I'd hope
Yeah,
to,
I
but
would.
I mean, I think everyone would just crash it back into the ocean and try and recreate the terrible events of 9/11 or something like that by smashing it into the
Okay, well,
Aurora.
you might trigger someone there. Just saying.
Yeah, sorry about that.
You might-
Basically, what I'm saying is I don't think it'd be suitable to let you control the rocket, because most people would probably, like, accidentally press up, went up, and it was all inverted and stuff, and then slam back
Quote
down into
unquote
the water.
accidentally.
Accidentally.
Quote unquote accidentally.
Yeah.
They might try to fly to that moon.
What?
Try to fly to the moon.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I'd try and fly to the moon, but it wouldn't exist, so it would, like...
There's sea treaders on the moon.
They are.
It's just
Moon treaders.
massive sea treaders.
treaders.
Yeah, moon treaders.
I have a screenshot to prove it.
Yeah, so
I'm going
do
to
I.
send it to you, Crunch. Hey, it's my screenshot.
Well, I
Um,
added the text.
Are there going to be official... Oh, yeah, I should ask that. The editing lizard. Is there going to be more... Is there going to be Subnautica merch? Merc.
There already is.
Okay, is there going to be more?
Depending on how well everything sells, kind of.
I may have spelt merchandise wrong there, but I don't care. Because I'm in that mood.
Okay, calm down. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Will flying in Subnautica confirmed because Awesome Crunch said it?
Yes.
Yes, confirmed, 100%.
I mean, we can already fly in the exosuit, so.
Will there be a backstory implemented in the game for the Titan Leviathan, or at least mentions of it? Should I ask that?
It's story, kind of, so...
Is it?
They did have sort of story plans for it.
Should I ask that then, or not?
Yeah, you might as well, I don't know.
Is there going
What?
to ever be any mentions?
Also, ask Obraxis whose favorite coworker is.
Okay, I'll do
It's
that.
gotta be Charlie. It's gotta be
I
Charlie
think-
because he's the one who pays him.
I think what you should say is something more along the lines of... Will the skeleton be relevant?
Okay,
Will it
yeah.
have any story relevance or anything like that?
Skeleton.
Oh, yeah, speaking of the skeleton, in earlier docs, you would use the transfuser to get the kind of the DNA from the bones.
Oh yeah.
That was
Is that there?
that was in. Yes, I saw docs. All right, shut up. But I don't. That's probably not going to be implemented. All right. Again, it was just a
There was
concept.
there was a lot of strange ideas in documents.
Like you being able to ride gasopods, not gasopods, reefbacks. Apparently.
It might be a bit early, but will there be a Subnautica 2?
Yeah, it's slightly early.
It's a bit early
Yeah,
to
it's-
ask that, I think.
There's natural selection too.
That's true. Yeah, if you build a Subnautica,
Yeah, so-
go and play Natural Selection. That's a really good game, but the community is dead,
Has a
which
free
is
weekend.
really disturbing.
There's a
Whoa.
free weekend or not. Something.
Something made a noise.
They sound like Discord.
It did.
No,
it
no,
was,
hang
It
on.
was Discord. Okay, guys, I'm gonna post a straw poll in the chat because Aki made it. I'm gonna put too awesome to tell you. Vote. Yeah. Oh, 4 people have said meh. No, 3 people have said meh. How dare you? Was one of them you?
No.
Thunder. I thought Thunder was one of them.
No, I'm not.
You said that you
No,
were
I-
gonna say meh.
So you're just a liar.
I was joking.
You're a liar and a creep and a a hater.
I'm kidding. No, I didn't say meh.
meh.
Joke.
Hang on, just gonna post it in the chat. You guys can answer that straw poll if you want. I'll keep it open. There you go. Okay. Oh wow, that is actually a really good picture of the sea treasure on the moon.
Yeah.
Did someone just take that, like spawn one in the air and then take that picture?
Yeah, it was me.
Oh,
Yeah.
was you? Oh.
Yeah.
Right,
See?
okay.
Sea treasures on the moon. There's undeniable.
Oh, there's been
undeniable
2 more
evidence.
votes of meh!
Oh.
There's been 2 more meh votes.
Obraxis is here. Obraxis is here.
What?
He's on Skype.
Is he? What?
Yeah, you just on my phone. You just send a message saying
Did
he's
no one
around. What's up?
notify him that?
Yeah.
WhatsApp
I could have sworn. Yeah, just tell him
You
to join
having
the
a
Discord.
stutter?
No, I'm having a stroke.
Oh. You should probably see a
I know.
doctor about that. There
I
were
know.
7 meh votes. Meh is not...
23%.
Great.
You guys, I do way too... I'm too nice to you. I'm way too good to you. Oh my god, hang on a sec.
I'm dying. 32 votes, and 8 of them are meh. I'm having a good time.
Do you know what's great?
No.
Nope.
Obraxis was actually perfectly on time. At 1940, he was a minute late. I mean, I'm sorry, but we can't accept that. Right, you ready? He's joining. You ready, guys? He's going to answer some questions live, but most of the questions are going to be ones that we've got so far from here. So, yeah, get ready, guys.
Okay.
I've added him. I'm scared. What if he's a paedophile or something? No, I'm just kidding. That'd be weird. Okay.
He's married. I don't think he would.
It's nerves. I'm sorry. It's just straight nerves.
Okay. Hi,
Hello.
Whoa!
Hi, Obraxis.
He has arrived.
Guys,
Hello.
Hello
that
there.
voice
Hail.
is Abraxis.
Say hi,
Lord and
Obraxis.
Saviour.
Greetings, everyone.
Oh, he sounds so British. That's great.
Oh, I told you he was British.
You did, but I
I'm
didn't really know you'd be that British. That's good. Right.
I'm
I-
outnumbered here.
I have lived in many places. I'm originally from a city called Carlisle on the Scottish-English border, and I now
Ah.
live in South Wales.
Okay. Yeah. So this person is Obraxis. Who is? What is your job?
Now, that's an interesting question already, actually.
What's your official role?
Well, I don't think there is, like, official roles at Unknown World. It's more like, what is your skill set and what can you do to help us make things better? So what I tend to do is I was originally brought in to do some animation work because I'd worked with Unknown Worlds on a volunteer basis on the previous game, NS2, and where I was the kind of the lead or head of the playtesting groups or quality assurance on that game.
Oh right.
Which I was for many years. And then on Subnautica, I was brought on to do a lot of fish animation and things like that because I'd worked on the gig before Unknown Worlds. I actually worked on a movie which involved CG fish, so I'd already kind of done all the research and all animation, and I was already animating fish, so it kind of made sense to just jump from one fish project to another.
Sounds perfect. Right, so we've got some questions that we've kind of shortlisted. Some of them are a bit weirder than others, but I'll delete them as I say them so I don't get confused. So I'll just start with anything you'd like to say, Bippity or Thunderstar, before we start.
Obraxis, we love you.
Yeah, there's a lot of people asking
okay.
very strange questions in the chat about you, so just don't go into the chat about
Yeah.
this, 'cause it might hurt you. Question. Who is your favorite coworker?
That was
Ooh,
mine.
now that's
That
an
was-
interesting question. The entire team.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, you're far too nice. Panda, I'll get more onto Subnautica ones, don't worry. These aren't all weird. Do you like tea?
Of course I like tea, I'm British.
I don't like tea. I'm
I
British.
told you.
You're clearly British
I
then.
told you.
I'm sorry. I'm not a pure British.
I am definitely a akin to Captain Picard. I like my tea Earl Grey hot, as well as regular, like PG tips or whatever. So
I didn't expect such an in-depth answer
I
about
agree.
tea, to be honest, but that was...
tea is very important to British culture.
That's true, actually. Yes,
And
it
you
is.
are letting us all down by not liking it.
I'm sorry. I just don't. I don't like coffee.
You should be
either.
called Tealess Crunch.
Oh,
I agree.
that should be my Halloween name because it scares everyone. Because I don't like tea.
See, because I'm the only non-British person here, I have no idea what you guys are talking about. So, geez,
Do you not? Have you never had tea or coffee?
No, I honestly can't stand them.
Okay, well, I agree with you there, but I mean, I don't. Okay, no, that's fine. Let's just move on from tea and coffee.
You
It's
don't know
kind
how
of
to respond to that.
let's go with Donut's question. Are you proud of Subnautica?
Yes, very, very much so. I'm exceedingly proud of what our tiny team of people have been able to do. And I'm also really proud of the community that's formed around the game, actually.
Yeah.
Completely different to the community that formed around NS2, which is very much... It's probably akin to the way that the game actually works, because NS2 is a very hardcore game, and Subnautica is very much more of a... Casual... Well, not casual in that way, but like a enjoyable, you can play it at the speed that you decide, rather than having to constantly have the adrenaline running, you know?
Yeah.
And I think the communities have followed suit in that, so... I'm very happy with the game and the community.
That's good. Horror Team asks, are there any new vehicles planned for the future at all?
Not... I think a lot of people already know, spoiler alert, about or have heard about the rocket. So if you class the rocket as a vehicle, that is the next vehicle. But there is no like other submarines currently in development right now.
That's good. Okay. Well, I wasn't very wrong when I made that video then. That's good.
I wasn't expecting you to mention the rocket.
Oh wow, we're good. Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, I can talk about anything that's been disclosed or on the roadmap a bit. I can't obviously spoil the game, and I can't give away too much, but I will do what I can.
Okay. Are there any plans on changing the current FOV?
A few of us on the team really, really want an FOV slider. So those of us who really want that are pushing for it, but it's actually more of a time thing. I mean, a lot of people think, oh, you can just put in a FOV slider in like 2 minutes and you'll be done. But there's a bit more that needs to be done that's much more important than an FOV slider.
Yeah,
so those of us on the team who really want it, we're going to continue to push for it. I can't guarantee it, obviously, but it's something I personally want. Because I know that me and a few of the art guys on the team, the scale of the game is very different when you're playing it on a monitor as opposed to, say, VR. If you've got an Oculus Rift or a HTC Vive, the scale of the game just becomes even more giant and epic.
Yeah.
And that's how it actually is, because if you go into FreeCam, you can get a glimpse of that, and it's probably due to the FOV. So we're not going to change the default FOV, I think, but there is a chance we may put in a slider before 1.0. And I keep saying to the guys, if we don't put in a slider for before 1.0, Total Biscuit will have us if he plays the game. So
will kill
so it's something that a number of us are very passionate about.
That's
but
quite
I can't
good
say more than that.
Okay. Okay, we'll get this one out of the way. Do you like cake?
Yes, but it might be a lie.
Ah, nice reference. I didn't expect that. That was good.
See, this is why Obraxis is the nicer dev. He's one of the nicest guys on the... Yeah, he's the nicer one.
That's
Who would you say is not nice, then?
That'll be interesting.
Okay, probably the Scott MacDonald guy. He's a complete jerk to us.
Yeah, I prefer Obraxis. I don't really like the Scott.
Okay.
Yeah, Obraxis.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Will we be able to get snacks from the vending machines?
We've talked about the usefulness of those things, and right now they are just props. Yeah, I mean, we talk about an awful lot of this stuff internally, and it's not a case of we don't want to do it. It's literally a case of we have like just a few programmers, and their time is very limited. And does it make sense for them to, say, increase performance or fixing a bug that's causing a lot of people issues, or does it make sense for them to go in and give us, packets of chips or something from the vending machine? And we're at that point now where we're heading towards the polish stage. So if we have time towards the end, there may be a chance of getting some of these items and props that don't do anything to do something, but it's not something we can promise because we have to allocate, because we're kind of gunning for release in January. It may or may not happen, but if that's not far away, so we need to organize ourselves and try and see if we have any spare time in which we can do things that we really want in the game. But games never really come out on time, right? Because everything just happens. Life happens, bugs happen, and you just got to do the best you can. And that's why we keep this public Trello, so that people see that when we delay by like a couple of days, like the last patch, they can kind of get a glimpse of, oh, they've delayed because this isn't fixed or there's an issue with this. Like we've been really hammering on this Mac bug that we kind of released a patch for yesterday, I believe, just a mini patch, because we caught that during playtesting, but it was such a complicated issue to try and figure out what was causing it. It took a little. We said, right, okay, well, let's get the patch out and then we'll hotfix it. So it's we just like to keep people informed of what's going on.
What is your favorite creature? Should be interesting.
Ooh. That's a tough one. I think it's going to have to be the Peeper.
Oh, right, yeah.
Why not? Why not?
The Peeper was it may have been the first or the second thing that I animated on the project. And I worked on it, and I did lots of little animations with it that will never see the light of day, but just for my own self, just to get some personality of the character and the creature. And and I did some blend shape work on it and a little bit of riggy stuff towards the beginning. So that one's pretty close to my heart, the Peeper. That's my favorite, I think.
Yeah.
Is that the same sort of thing with the hoverfish, where it had all those facial expressions?
Oh yeah, I was actually just going to ask about that. Is that actually going to ever happen? Those emotions that they animated, or was that just experimenting?
Yeah, Lewis, who's an amazing animator, joined the team a little bit later on than I did, and he did those personality animations on that creature. And we're at the stage now where we might be able to start putting in some more personality animations into the game. So the first one on the block, I believe, is the Gasopod. There's going to be an improvement. There's going to be an improvement in the Gasopod's animations very soon. So instead of if you would like attack him or something, he won't just glide and turn like he does now, where he's not really interested in anything. He's actually going to proper book it. He's going to like really freak out and That's of go away. And so Brandt has been animating that, and it looks fantastic. So I can't wait for that to come in, and then we'll hopefully start putting in some more of those kind of things.
Cool. How we plan to discover / obtain the cute fish? How is it going to come into the game?
I can only give you the information what I last heard, because all of us devs, we all work. It's pretty individually. So I can only say that the last I heard is that if you pre-order, if you buy the early access version of the game, you get the deluxe edition, whatever that is. We haven't actually fully decided yet, but you do get the cute fish as part of that, which will be your pet. How it's actually put in the game, spawned in the game, etc., without cheats, we haven't decided yet. But a bit of work has been done on it. So we'll find out towards the end of the project, I believe, how all that's going to go down.
There was an egg model for it on Sketchfab. It was a cute fish egg.
Oh, was that? Oh yeah, I remember looking at that. Yeah, that was cool. Oh, that's the exact same question. Are you planning on changing the color of the blood from yellow?
No, and the reason why we actually changed it to yellow in the first place is because of the ESRB games rating.
Corey mentioned that to us a couple weeks ago. He mentioned you guys didn't want to get flagged or something like that. So to hit, we were rated as
at a certain teen rating or something, and then they actually contacted us and said that due to the amount of red blood and some stuff, that we're going to have to put your rating up. So we got into a discussion with them about, well, how can we make the game accessible with what we have to a younger player base, because it seems our audience actually skews relatively young, which is really awesome.
Yeah.
So Charlie himself got very involved in discussing it with the ESRB, and it basically came down to if we made the aliens' blood yellow or a different color than red, we would actually get a really good young rating. So right now, I think we're rated at ESRB 10 plus, I believe, now, which means a younger audience can find and enjoy the game now, and parents can look at it and see, that it's got a small amount of like violence, but not, it's very, very mild,
Yeah.
Especially for a survival game. So that's why that was done. And so we won't be changing it from yellow, and if we do, it'll be a very tiny shade difference if we do. But I think it's going to stay like this probably for now.
Okay. Do you prefer cats or dogs?
My preference changes daily on cats or dogs because I really love animals.
Oh, right.
And we have a neighbour's cat come and visit us. It constantly purrs at the window for some food. And I keep trying not to give it food, but it looks at me and stares at me, and it's like, oh, go on then.
Yeah.
But it would really be awesome to have a dog. But we rent this house that we're staying in, so we can't really have pets.
No.
So let's just shame. But
Yeah.
oh well.
Is there any more plans for poo collection from other creatures than the sea treader?
I don't think so. No, I don't think we have time to sort that out, and we do actually need to improve the sea treader poop stuff anyway.
Yes. Will that be used for farming? Definitely. Is that going to be the only use for it?
That was one of the ideas to get that working for farming. So I think again towards the end we're going to do like a polish pass on pretty much everything, and hopefully we can get that working.
Ah, nice.
Because right now I believe you can only use it in the bioreactor.
Yes.
So I do
remember. Wait, are we talking about sea treader
Poop.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do remember it being on.
We're talking about poop,
part of the recipe for the grow beds. I remember seeing that.
Yeah, it was going to be a fertilizer, I think.
So if that's not already in, then I think we want to do it, but again, it just depends on time.
Will full damage be added?
Oh, I don't know on that one, I'm afraid. It's a difficult one because when you're up on those tall islands and then you fall, we are already on a planet which seems to have lesser gravity than Earth.
Yeah.
So would it really kill you? I don't know. So that's gonna. A lot of this stuff it's going to be discussed during the polish phase. We're not quite there yet. I would suspect towards December we'll be heavily into, does this part of the game work? What do we need to do to improve this? And it's going to be heavy discussion amongst all of the game developers. And we'll come to some kind of conclusion on these kind of things.
Okay. That's a good question as well. What is your least favorite creature?
That's a good one. I'm gonna have to think about that. Probably, I don't know, because there's a difference between what's my least favorite creature in terms of gameplay and worst and least favorite creature in the game. I think there's a difference between those two. In terms of gameplay, I really hate the gasopod. I hate it because it keeps gassing me constantly whenever I try and swim around, and it's annoying. But I understand it has a place in the game, and so I don't hate it in terms of the game. I think it has a perfect place and it fits a nice niche.
Yeah.
But when I'm playing myself, like from scratch and stuff, I go, oh god, gasopods, and try and stay away and swim away, and yeah.
What about your least favorite by like design or whatever it was? The other one other than that?
I don't know. I think they all have their place. I don't think I have a one that I hate.
No.
Yeah, so I don't think so. I think they all have their place, and there are reasons why certain things act and are in the game a certain way, and some of those reasons are not apparent right now, but will be as the story unfolds. So I'd rather have people play the game and enjoy the game first before I say anything like that.
Oh, right, okay.
Hey, Obraxis, there's a guy on the Discord just asking you a question, and I'm just gonna ask you the question so he doesn't spam you, if that's all right.
Okay.
Okay, he wants to know, will you be able to use the rock grub in the transfuser to make creatures glow, by John Chebley.
Right. The transfuser is still kind of, we're still evaluating the transfuser. So once the evaluation period is done, whether it's going in the game or not, fully, then we'll be able to decide which creatures are going to have what abilities properly, because there's some basic stuff in right now, but it's not all in yet. So once we get the go-ahead that this is definitely actually happening, then we're actually going to start going through all of the creatures and say, right, what abilities can we take from this creature to affect this creature?
Okay. You may not be able to answer this, but I'll ask it anyway. Will the Lost River skeleton have any story relevance?
Well, it has the secondary bio research facility, so I mean, it kind of does, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I can say.
That's fine. Yeah, I wouldn't expect you to be able to be honest. It did have the word story in it, so you know.
Yeah, I would say story stuff. Ask me if I can say something. I will, but if I can't, then there we go.
Okay.
What do you think of the planet Obraxis Prime?
Yeah, that was a bit of a surprise to me as well. I was playtesting the game one day, and all of a sudden I saw that apparently there's a massacre on Obraxis Prime, and I thought, interesting. So that was Tom. I think he was just looking for names for planets and decided my name fit.
It does.
A massacre for some reason.
Yeah, that's not so good. But...
Speaking of your name, how did you come up with the name Obraxis?
Well, that's a little bit of a story. I'll give you the quick version. So when I was in my teens, I was watching TV, and on TV there was an episode of a sci-fi show called Babylon 5. It's a bit old now, but one of the characters was gaining access to an area, and what his password was Obraxis, and I thought, oh, that's a pretty cool name, and I didn't think anything of it, but I thought it was cool. And then I switched channels, and then on another channel was Star Trek Voyager was on, and someone also said Obraxis in Star Trek Voyager, and I was like, that's too much of a coincidence, and that's so cool. So I immediately hopped on my computer at the time, which was a terrible machine, and I bought the .com and all that good stuff.
Wow.
Just to make sure that I had it, and I've been using that online nick ever since. So there's this lovely ancient online trail of my nickname all over the internet.
Obraxis.com, I've just gone on it.
Oh yeah, and the Urban Dictionary definition for Obraxis from 2003.
Yep.
Yeah, you added that yourself. Oh. That's funny.
Honestly. I did. But that was during my first go at university, in my last year, so that was good.
Those cartoons that you did with the 2D ones with the actual faces and the animated things, they really freak me out.
Yep, they should.
They're really disturbing. Right, okay, on with the questions. Is there going to be more Subnautica merchandise? Is there any plans for it, or?
We want to make Peeper plushies.
Oh,
a lot of us on the team want to do it because one of the guys on the NS2 team managed to make the Gorge plushies, and the Gorge is an alien creature in NS2.
Yeah.
So he's already done all the legwork for making the contacts in China, the factory, and all that stuff. But it took a very long time for him to do that, and it was a lot of effort. and there's a minimum amount you need to order from China as well before you can place an order, and it's quite a lot. So the thing is, he's a very busy man. He doesn't just work on NS2; he has a full-time job as well. So it's like touch and go whether or not we're actually going to have those happen. But it's something we really want because we think they're very cute, and it'd be really awesome to have a plushie one.
It would be amazing.
Yeah, speaking of the Peeper, would you consider the Peeper to be like the mascot of Subnautica, if you know what I mean?
I think so, because it's now the logo in a lot of places. You know, it's the icon for the game, it's the icon for the Discord, it's in a lot of our stuff. And it's the thing is about the Peeper, it's immediately recognizable and interesting. It has a really good silhouette. So I think that the Peeper is definitely one of the mascots of the game, if not the mascot.
Yeah. Will the Power Glide ever be added into the game as a workbench upgrade? Because it's a bit broken at the moment.
Yeah, I think that's the reason why it's not there, because it's so broken. And I'm gonna talk to a couple of people about getting that, see if we can get that fixed and in. Otherwise, just to see how much effort it is to fix it, because it's been broken for quite a while.
It has been, yeah. Will there be a biome? Is there a biome being considered that is going to be deeper than the active lava zone?
No.
No. Okay, that was nice and quick. Is the Arctic
down there?
Is the Arctic biome being considered, or is it just kind of a thing that was a thing of the past and it probably is not going to happen?
There has been talk for certain biomes that may come after 1.0, but all it is talk, because we've been we're literally all concentrated on the finish line, and we haven't actually sat down and decided what's going to be after the finish line, because we're all so busy working on getting the game done. I suspect when we're very close to getting the game done, we'll have to actually sit down and discuss as a team and say, hey, what are we going to do after? So I think there's a few of us who don't want to leave the game as is. At 1.0, we obviously will be doing patches and things like that. But in regards to content, we really have no idea. But the good thing is we already have a lot of ideas and a lot of concept art done by Corey, who's amazing.
Yes, he is.
Corey's the art director of the game, by the way, and he's done such a fantastic job of the look of this game. It's unbelievable.
He's very good.
Yeah, he deserves a raise.
I agree.
Yeah, I think all of them do, to be honest, probably.
Yeah.
Will the Twisty Bridges biome be implemented?
Well, Dux did a version a while back. Dux is one of our level designers, but it wasn't working out in the place that it was put in the world. So I think other things were done instead. So yeah, it's one of the things that we want to do, especially some of the creatures, I think, in the early concept art that are not in the game yet. That would be fun.
Yeah.
But again, it's yeah. But again, if it does happen, it will have to be after 1.0.
Has work on the ending of the game actually started yet, like coding and animation and stuff?
Oh yes.
Oh right. Okay.
It's you guys don't see it.
No.
Because we have a special script that allows us to work on the game and have it be published out there, but have no one see it in game.
Do you accept bribes?
No.
Are you sure?
So there's a lot of stuff for the end game done. We're exceptionally close to having the game finishable in an early state.
Right.
There was a screenshot of my face going around somewhere that said, you win the game. And so that was the very first time that the other Scott on the team finished all the coding to make it winnable.
Scott Funnel, I can't pronounce his last name.
Scott T.
Scott. Yeah, Scott. I was going to say Scott T.
Yep. So there is a lot of work going on right now on the end game. but we're making sure that the end game is a user choice. So if you don't want to finish the game, you don't have to. You could keep playing the game for as long as you want. But if you want to finish the game, it's going to be something that the player decides to do.
That sounds good. I like that.
And that's
Oh,
why
so
you
like two
won't die
endings.
of Kara.
There may be multiple ways of ending the game or not ending the game.
Mysterious. I like it.
About things of twisty bridges things, I was quite surprised the other day when we got those blue barnacles that were in the original Twisty Bridges concept art. Got them on the backs of the reef backs.
Oh yeah,
That was a surprise.
they're cool.
Wasn't expected to see them ever.
Are there any planned upgrades to? Will we be able to customize our stasis rifles at all? Is that a thing? That's
I don't believe so.
Okay. Are there any more planned building? Like I don't know what they're called. The things that you build with the builder that you can put onto a base. Like any more types of rooms or anything like that.
Bases, sea bases.
Yeah, sea base additions things. Are there any more being considered?
I don't think there is. I think we're at the limit of the building for the game for 1.0 in terms of buildings. It's something that I think we could maybe expand on after, but just because it involves, I would say it involves a little bit less coding if it's just like a corridor room or something.
Yeah.
It's more on the art side, so it may be something we can do relatively quickly.
So I assume that means that the teleporter rooms that were mentioned are probably never going to happen.
If they're not on the current roadmap, then they won't be in for 1.0.
Okay, that makes sense. Will we be able to counter the crab squid's EMP blast?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it's something you can do, and I've tried to dodge it, and there are ways of dodging it, but you have to be very nimble with your controller or keyboard.
Is
mouse.
controller support actually a thing?
Yes, controller support is a thing. We make sure and test with Xbox One controllers, 360 controllers, and generic controllers, and they should be working. If they're not working, please send us an F8 bug report.
I did try the other day, and it didn't work. But do you have to like launch it with it, like control it from the menu to begin with? Or...
I believe so. Yeah, you need to have it plugged in at the beginning. I believe.
Okay, right, that makes sense.
I'm fairly sure I can just switch between using whatever I want.
Oh, can you? Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's just bullying me. I'm not sure. Is there more stuff planned for after V1 that we don't actually know about? Like, is there official stuff that no one knows about other than the dev team that's being planned or anything like that?
Well, there's a difference because there's stuff we really want to do, but that doesn't mean it's planned to definitely actually go in. So we have a long list of stuff that we actually want to do. But we won't know until we get much closer to the end.
Okay.
Yeah, Corey mentioned something like that because he said he would love to add a lot of the concept art he's done, but you guys probably won't be able to.
Yeah, and if we had a team that was triple in size, then that we might be able to do those things. But we have a tiny team. We're a tiny company. We've got like 20 people working on this game. It's not a large studio like EA or Ubisoft or anything like that, where they've got like 200 people working on a title. We've got like 20.
Yeah, it's a very small team. Are you the kind of company to do like DLC or anything like that, or will you do? I mean, like, is there any plans for any type of DLC at all, or like what kind of stuff?
There are no current plans for any kind of DLC. I mean, we have talked about expansions, but there's no concrete information. Like, there's no concrete decisions on anything at all. Okay. So there may be DLC, there may not. There may be expansions, there may not. It's unlikely that we will do nothing, but I can't say for certain. But looking at NS2, what we did with NS2, we have done DLCs for that. But it makes a lot of sense to do it in that game because if it's an online multiplayer game, you want to say a skin, you can show it off to your friends. Whereas because Subnautica is a single-player game, it doesn't really make sense to do skins that only you can see part of.
Yeah.
So Yeah, so it's I would say it's much less likely than, say, a multiplayer game.
Okay.
So we have some decisions to make on there. But I would say if we are going to do anything, it might be an expansion. But I think a lot of us are keen to complete the game and make the best game we can, and then decide what we're going to do.
Okay. Right. Speaking of multiplayer, and I know the answer to this, and but a lot of people won't. So, can you please address multiplayer, because a lot of people are spamming about it. So
yeah,
could you address it or something? I don't know.
So multiplayer, unfortunately, is not going to happen for Subnautica, at the very least for 1 hour. I have no idea about after, but definitely not for 1 hour, because the way the game was programmed originally, it wasn't really set up correctly for a multiplayer co-op game, which would mean an awful lot of the game would need to be done from scratch. Which is a huge undertaking. So it would probably take our team another year, like 6 months to a year, to either add multiplayer to the game or do a multiplayer version of the game, and that's a huge amount of time, money, and work for that.
Yes.
Now and then you say to yourself, well, is it worth us doing that, or is it worth us, working on another game or on NS2 again, or what is it? What's it worth our time? So those are the kind of things that, as a company, that we'll be deciding on as we get closer to the finish line. But Subnautica will unfortunately not be a co-op or multiplayer game at 1.0.
Okay. When is the pop, like the massive pop-in thing? When's that planned on being like addressed or something? I don't know what's like. Is it?
Mm-hmm.
When is it planned on being done?
So you're not the only one asking this question, believe it or not.
I can imagine.
So some, I've talked to some of the programmers, and I've talked to Jonas about when we're going to address this kind of issue, because it's a combination of issues, and it's a very complex issue. Mm-hmm. It's not like a switch you flick and say, right, done, and then suddenly performance is here. There's a huge amount of work that needs to go into making sure that it works, that we do get the performance that we're after, that it doesn't affect anything else in the game, and if it does affect anything else, what can we do to address those issues? And those kind of things we're going to have to do. And I've said this a few times today, and I do apologize, but it does affect anything unfortunately else. There's going to be a lot of work that needs to be done right at the very end of the game development. So this is one of those things. So once all the art assets and all the story stuff is in, we can actually start drilling down on performance, because the worst thing you can do is work on performance really heavily, then add a bunch of art assets, which add another 2 gigabytes of textures or whatever to the game. And then all of a sudden you've got to do an awful lot of optimizations to make sure that graphics cards can accept it without hot swapping to the Windows OS or your host OS. There's just lots of stuff which you think, oh, it'll be fine, but no, you've actually got to deal with and address. So we're dealing with a lot of VRAM issues right now, because our game has a lot of textures. So we're going in and re-optimizing those textures. So we are doing optimization work, but we can't go in and do a lot of the programming optimization stuff until towards the end of the game. So I would say within the last month of development, you'll start to see performance increase more than what it is now.
That's good. I know the answer to this question, and I'm sure a lot of people will, but it's probably worth you just answering it anyway. How will the sunbeam look?
Very exploding.
Yeah, destroyed.
Like a ball of fire.
Yeah, you're not actually going to...
Well, I saw your video on the explosion effects, so it'll probably be pretty much like that.
Oh, right, yeah. So you're never going to see it.
Almost like a huge alien gun shot it down or something.
Oh, wow. What are the chances of that, eh?
What a speculation.
If the Ghost Leviathan ever made it into the game, would it be longer than the Reaper Leviathan?
I haven't seen the last scale pictures, so I can't really say exactly. I mean, in my mind's eye, I would say it would be bigger, but that's just my own mind's eye. I don't actually know the scale. So it'll be interesting to find out myself, actually. So I don't know the scale yet.
All right, okay. There was something interesting. Someone just asked. What was it? Oh yeah, where did you get the inspiration from for Subnautica? Like obviously.
Well, I didn't
No.
create the game.
Did
Charlie is the guy. He's the CEO of the company and creative director. He came up with the NS universe and Subnautica, and it's been a real pleasure for me to see this little ping of an idea that he told me about one time walking over a bridge in Germany. What do you think of this? And then have it turn into this wonderful game and experience. It's been an absolute pleasure of a journey to get to where it is.
It was supposed to be a lot smaller originally, wasn't it?
Yes. The funny thing is this game was meant to be like a single year long project that we could put out in just a small game after NS2, and then we could work on another game or something else. So the game has now gone, was it 3 or 4 years now? I can't actually recall. But
I think Jack. Sorry for interrupting, but I think GIGABYTE really popularized the game when it first came out in the first couple months, right?
We've been very lucky. We actually had Jack wasn't the first YouTuber to do it. We actually had
Eat My Diction, I think.
Yes, Eat My Diction. He covered it first, and we were exceedingly happy for him to do that. And him covering that led to Jacksepticeye covering it, and that's when things started to take off. So Eat My Diction and Jacksepticeye are the guys that really set us off on a really great path.
Yeah, and hopefully...
It's just something I noticed that Subnautica is really popular on YouTube. People really like to watch Subnautica on YouTube.
Well, I found that out.
Yeah.
I definitely found that out. Okay, will there be tea or coffee available in the game?
Yes.
I would love for them both to be in. I know there's a vending machine, but we will see towards the end.
A lot of people are talking about the Peeper God, and I don't know what that is, but it's something.
Okay, so there's a few people who've been stalking me on YouTube, clearly.
Oh.
So what I did was I have a HTC Vive that I like to play, and in my spare time I play a game called Audio Shield, which is awesome, where these you have a music track playing, and you essentially like fight orbs with your fists.
Yeah, I've seen people play it. Looks
like
good.
Going towards you. And what I noticed was that this game was actually built in Unity, which obviously I'm familiar with.
Yeah.
And also it's written in a game language called Lua, which is very, very open. You can open it in a text editor and you can mess with the game. So the game is actually highly moddable, but it's not in the Steam Workshop. So what I decided to do was I replaced some of the props in the game with Subnautica props from our game. So behind me, there is a giant peeper looking down upon me as I play Audio Shield. And the ring around his eye actually gets brighter with the beats of the music.
That's amazing.
Because I made it emissive, and I changed the flags in the game to have like my avatar picture on, and I changed the orbs themselves to have a different model than what's the game spiky model and stuff. So, I was bored one weekend, and I really loved the game, so I wanted to see if I could mod it, and it was really fun to mod.
Please don't copyright strike me, but I'm.
Yeah, you might want to. You might want to be very. Yeah. So there's the Peeper God on the stream.
I would worship him.
That's amazing.
Yep. Because we need to worship the Peeper.
So I bow to the Peeper God.
Yeah, you did
know what's
that.
good for you.
That was amazing.
Because you have to bow.
You have to bow, otherwise you're not being respectful enough.
Hail Lord Obraxis.
Yeah. No, hail Peeper God.
Okay, this is the last shortlisted question, and then if you want to stay for longer, Obraxis, you can feel free to answer some live ones. But there's one last one, and it's: are there any more planned upgrades to the Seamoth?
I don't think there is. No, I think we're pretty much done with upgrades and things like that.
Well, I'm certainly satisfied with them. Wait, I haven't got to the bit where the Peeper's eye starts flashing yet. Is that in the video?
I don't think it's much. It's in the video really, but if you were to turn around whilst all the orbs were firing, it does actually flash with the
Wow.
the beats.
That is amazing. Okay, do you want to answer some live questions before you leave, or do you want to leave now, or it's up to you? What do you want to do?
Yeah, I can ask. Well, I can answer some live questions if people want to throw
Okay.
them up.
So if you want some questions answered, guys, just type like hashtag Obraxis and then ask a question, and we'll see how many we can get into answer.
So we've got Ndrift 2200. Will the cute fish be able to be killed? I believe it currently can be killed if you spawn it in. So
God.
yeah, don't kill the cute fish.
No, don't.
Will there be? Sam Gill asks, will there be custom mods made by fans? We don't currently support Steam Workshop. It's a bit of effort, so we're not sure if we're going to do it or not. It would be fun to. I know some of the level design guys want the level design tools out there, but it's time, which a small team like us is very difficult to find.
Yep.
Will there be building on Reefback, says Alexander Grefich. No, unfortunately not. It's a bit of a technical challenge. Oh God, there's lots of them coming through now.
Yeah, sorry about that. I shouldn't.
That'd be cool regardless if we could.
Yeah.
It would be, just answer any question you see.
Can we see the precursors of the future? Tiffany asks. Tiffany Lawson. I'm not sure if you'll ever see the precursors, but we'll see.
Wait, what?
There's a lot of stuff coming.
Isn't there concept art of the There's concept art of the precursors, right? That we're not allowed to see. I think Bippity mentioned it once.
Well, that's part of the story, so I'm not exactly going to go into detail about the precursors. But they may or may not be in the game.
Oh, okay.
And that's as vague as I can get because I want you to be surprised.
He might be trolling us. He might be trolling us.
I might actually be trolling you.
We can't say.
But there we go.
I'm sorry.
I've learned that the hard way.
What's this? Kitty Gamer 64. Will the Rock Puncher be implemented? Unfortunately not, and we worked really hard on him. But since we're removing terraforming, he was on the chopping block. There is talk of maybe trying to get him back into the game in some way, but it's difficult to cut things that you really love. But sometimes, for the good of the game, you have to do it. It's a bit like cutting scenes out of a movie to make the whole thing work. Sometimes you've just got to do the hard thing, even if it hurts. Let's have a look. When will the Sea Emperor be released? And that's from Lumi, I think. Sea Emperor will be towards the end of development. So if you're part of the early access program, you'll be some of the first people to see the Sea Emperor.
Woo!
Yay! We're special.
Yes, but it won't be anytime soon.
No.
So, development.
So, yeah. I mean,
that might be a good one. Ooh.
I should really call it the Sea Empress, but the species is Sea Emperor. So
yeah,
there you
go. Is there going to be things like environment changes, like weather, like rain or whatever?
We actually worked on weather a long time ago. Sylvain, our lovely French effects guy, did a prototype of wind and rain and stuff in it. It looked, and with lightning as well, it looked absolutely awesome. But when we changed the skybox to be the 3D skybox that we have now, that unfortunately broke. And it's a bit of effort to get that working again. So I've talked to him numerous times about trying to sneak it in, but it's not a small thing to do. So again, we'll have to see how much time we have during the polish phase to see whether that actually gets in. But because it's not on the roadmap, I find it unlikely, I'm afraid.
And to put this to rest as well, I've been trying to get to the moon. I've spent about 20 minutes of my life trying to get to the moon. Okay, yeah. So that was just wasted lifetime. Really,
yes, it's a 3D skybox. You will never be able to actually get there.
I thought maybe it was a thing because it had like anti-aliasing on it. So I was like,
it is a 3D object, but it's not in the world that you inhabit. It's like rendered. It's rendered slightly differently. So it's who's the PDA voice actor? Juronita? Believe it or not, there is no voice actor for the PDA. It's actually synthesized.
Whoa! What did you use?
I'm not going to say. but we
Google
we are
Translate.
synthesizing the voice. It is not Google Translate. Yeah, so Simon is the man you want to thank for the PDA voice.
It's
So
really cool.
does a character have a voice actor?
Yeah,
I think
who
it's
does
going to
the
be like
voice?
Gordon Freeman, who will your character will never actually speak,
But
but the grunts and
Also,
stuff
our
I
character-
believe is Simon.
Okay, so we know how
that's
Simon
actually
is.
Okay,
Simon's.
so Simon's a voice actor.
I
Simon is the
never
voice.
realised that.
Oh,
No, Simon is like the nose
speaking-
actor or the mouth actor.
So does our character have a name?
Fraud and Greeman.
Okay, I'm adding
Ford-
that to the wiki
Fraud
right
and
now.
Demon. Okay. Okay.
Yes,
North-
please put that on the wiki. Will
Alright,
there be a
Fraud and
living
Demon.
title
Y'all-
Leviathan?
I don't think so.
Okay, that was quite vague, but then
Yeah, that thing, it's way too big.
That I said vague, but if you thought that sounds big, so that's fine.
I'm being asked by Norpalot. Do you like the story so far? I love the Subnautica story. Tom has written, considering he came in like midway through development, and we'd already got down some basic plot points that we wanted to hit. The story he's written for the game is really quite excellent, and being a science fiction fan myself, and a fan of the games he's worked on, I was incredibly happy and to see the story he's written, and the fact that he's also so helpful, and he's so able to take people's criticism and then work out a better solution. That's the true sign of a great artist, and I think he's done an amazing job on this.
Yes. Will we be able to color our sea bases?
I don't think so. It would love it. I originally, years ago now, when this first started, I said it would be awesome to have like a paint can and you could go around and paint your bases. But I don't think that's going to happen because it's a bit of a technical challenge.
Yes. Well. Oh yeah. Hang on. There was a question I've missed. If you see one, Obraxis, feel free to just answer.
Matt, Daily Gaming, how can I help you guys animate? What program to use? We use Autodesk Maya, various different versions, because a lot of us work off-site, and we use the game engine Unity. And I believe the art guys who are making the assets use ZBrush to make the originals, high polygon versions. We're not really taking on anyone in terms of art right now, but the best thing you can do to help us with the game is to actually play the game, give us feedback, give us bug reports. All that good stuff helps us beyond what you guys know. You might think with the F8 thing it's just going into the ether, but we don't read every single one. But whenever we have an issue that we're looking for, we use the feedback to do a general search and see what's spiking and what's not. So every single report helps.
That's good.
Well, it's now on the Subnautica wiki that the name of the player is said to be Fraud and Greeman.
What is?
Fraud and agreement.
Oh my god.
It's now on.
I need to look at this. Hang on. You see any more questions, Abraxas?
I see many questions. I'm just trying to glance through them because some of them have been asked earlier in the stream, so I'd rather not re-answer them.
Yeah.
Do you like hamsters? I actually have 2 hamsters.
Oh right.
How is the water remover in Precursor Base going by Spoopy Tacoman? Yeah, that's being worked on by Max, and I believe it's nearly done. So hopefully, eventually, we'll get that in soon.
Sounds good. I've just seen it. It says that it was stated during a live stream of Scott Obraxis MacDonald that the name of the player is Fraud and Greeman. That exists. That's nice. Any other questions?
This is a reference to Half-Life 2, Gordon Freeman.
Yes.
We couldn't tell.
If you've been living under a rock. What is the
I
giant...
hope you guys realize I am trolling you with that name. I just want to be clear about
Yeah,
that.
yeah, we do know that, but it's just fun to call him that. That will be his name from now on. You realise that? That will just no one will.
That's
call him
fine.
anything else. That's good.
He is now Gordon Green forever.
Someone is shouting, "What is the giant worm? I saw it on Trello."
Yeah, we have a bit of a bug where certain scaled purple mushrooms, the big ones, are accidentally scaling the crab snakes to be giant.
Oh right.
And it's we know about it, the bug, and it's going to get fixed, but it's going to take a bit of time.
Mm-hmm.
We're still investigating that one.
That's actually not what he's talking about.
Is it not?
Oh.
No, there was a random thing in the story planning things on Trello that was about the Sea Emperor having telepathic
Worms.
powers or something like that, being able to speak to you telepathically, and it said it would explain why there was a giant worm in a box, and none of us have any idea what it meant.
I'm not going to comment.
Yeah, I know.
Just pretend that didn't happen. Oh yeah, I've noticed this as well. When you spawn in creative, when you spawn or build a sea moth underwater, if it's like deep, I don't know if it happens in shallow biomes as well, but in deep ones certainly, the glass is always cracked.
That is a bug. It's already reported, and
okay, that's right.
it just wasn't a big enough bug to get fixed in time for the update. So it will eventually get fixed, and it's logged. It just not right now.
Have you ever? This is just a question for me. Have you ever played the or seen the Solars project? And if so, have you seen the introduction to that?
I believe I've
Cutscene.
seen the introduction on YouTube.
Because it's very, very similar to.
Yes.
Yes. They didn't copy you, did they? No? Didn't copy you, did they?
Well, the thing is, it's a familiar setting, and certain ideas are going to be found throughout. I mean, if you're going to survive it on a ship, and if your ship explodes or whatever, of course you're going to go to an escape pod. So great minds think alike.
Yes. And it was shot down by a mysterious energy pulse, resulting in catastrophic hull failure.
It's very nice.
It doesn't say that, but it's very similar to that. Any more questions? Awesome Crunch found so weird music which he'd never heard before whilst on my pilgrimage to the moon. Yeah, what was that? Was that just idle music? Because
I did hear that one from your video.
What,
so,
you watched the whole thing?
Right, this is one thing you guys probably don't realize, but a lot of us developers, we actually watch a lot of YouTubers, and whilst we work, or we watch live streams on Twitch of the game whilst we work. So just assume that your work has been on YouTube has been seen by at least one developer, more likely half the team.
So what was that music? Was it just idle music or what?
I actually don't know. You would probably be better to speak to Simon about that. You could tweet him a clip of that with a timestamp and see if he will get back to you.
Okay, that's a good idea. Any more questions you can see that are worth answering?
Who does make the update trailers? Duronita. That is Hugh Jeremy. Actually, Jess does some of that, but she mostly works on the website. But Hugh Jeremy works on almost all of the trailers. I actually edited the early access trailer way back when, so I worked on that and I did a bit of animation on that one.
That was such a cool trailer. That's like the best trailer I've ever seen for an early access game. It's so cool. Okay,
Obraxis.
Yes.
Sorry, Obraxis. Do you have any idea what year Subnautica takes place?
I'm not going to comment on that.
God damn it. So close.
Nice try.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to do. I have a feeling I know exactly what you're trying to do, but I'm not going to say anything.
Okay.
He knows me too well.
I'm confused. I don't know what he's trying to do now.
He's trying to place it in context of where the game resides in terms of lore against our other games. Mm-hmm.
Oh, is it in like the same universe and stuff?
Like whether it's before, present, or after, or whatever thing, and that could give him a very good indication of various things. But no, I'm not going to comment. You'll have to.
This is how I roll, Obraxis. Come on, man.
Hey, good try, but not gonna happen.
Are there any plans to do the big tsunami thing that happens after the explosion of the Aurora?
That would be awesome. I would love to have that happen. Yeah, polish phase, that one as well, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to see what happens when people are free.
Yeah. Will we see the Degassi ship? The
No,
remains of...
I
You-
don't
you don't
think
re-
so.
You don't really need to ask Obraxis for that. No offense, Obraxis, but in the PDA logs they stated that they stripped it for parts to build their
Oh, that's true.
bases. Yeah, so we're not going to see it. Speaking of
No
Degassi
cuts.
survivors,
Oh,
but speaking of the Degassi survivors, what do you think happened to them? Are they dead, or will they die, or are they dead?
I can't comment on that.
he's
God.
Nice try.
He's too smart. He's too smart.
You'll break it one day.
I will say I really love the character of Marguerite, or however you pronounce her name. Actually,
Yep, that was
I really love that character. That's one of my favorites.
the quick what they called in trivia thing. The name Marguerite may change, so I'll just keep that out there.
Mm-hmm.
And if it does change, it may change to a name suggested by me, which is all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I think Tom watches your videos as well.
Well, I spoke to him on Twitter, and he was like, I said something about, I asked him, because I asked you first, how do you pronounce Marguerite? And then you said, go and ask Tom. So I went and asked Tom, and then Tom said that he doesn't like names that are hard to pronounce, so he's quite clearly a racist, is what I said in the last stream. And, yeah, so he said he might change it to something else, but he's not sure yet. Any other questions you can see that aren't like just the same, repeated and repeated?
Albraxis, how's the fiance?
She just got back from her workplace, so she's very tired,
Oh,
but good, I assume.
that's nice.
I assume.
That was quite a strange personal question.
Well, I'm not in the same room as her right now, so I can't ask her.
No, I
No,
wouldn't
see,
expect you to. That'd be a bit
You want
weird.
to be nice to him. You want to be nice to Obraxis. He's a cool guy.
Some random people on the internet have asked how you are.
I'm doing very well. I have pizza, so I'm especially well.
Oh wow. Okay, I'm jealous now. Will the
Obraxis, will you adopt me?
No.
Okay, let's move
So-
on from that.
So close.
Will the people that have Subnautica on Xbox One now, do these people count as people that will be inclusive for the people that are entitled to the cute fish or not?
That is a question above me, I'm afraid. I don't actually know the details of that, or what's been decided. So yeah, you probably have to speak to someone else, I'm afraid.
That's right.
I will say that the next update for Xbox will come out in around a week or so.
All right.
We still have to get certification from Microsoft, so all you Xbox people, apologies for the delay. It's a little different on Xbox. We can't just make an update and push it out on Steam on there whenever we like. We have to go give it to Microsoft. They then assess it. They then bug fix it themselves or bug test it, and then assess it and make sure it's all okay before they certify it okay. And then we like to do another check on that certified build just to make sure, like a sanity check, just to make sure we haven't missed something.
Mm-hmm.
And then it gets published out there. So it's not that we don't want the update out there. It's just that it has a bit more to do than, say, publishing on Steam.
What's your favorite pizza topping?
Meatballs.
What?
Meatballs.
Meatballs?
Yeah, balls of meat.
Yeah, I understand what meatballs are, but I've never had a meatball on a pizza before.
Actually, I like meatballs with tandoori chicken.
That sounds really good.
Really?
Wow, yeah.
That sounds amazing, but I've never thought of that before.
It is exceptionally good.
Is that what you're eating now?
Yes.
Lucky man.
You're a very lucky man. Yeah.
Is the thing? Sorry, Lars Haas is now complaining because I didn't answer her his question. What was your question? Sorry. You know the animation of the baby sea emperors, that live stream that Louis Karim did.
hmm
The background of that was like a massive hall. What is that? Is that something you're allowed to talk about, or is it just like
That's a collection of polygons that you may see in the future in the game.
a collection
That's
of
a very
polygons?
good answer.
That was a well-worded answer.
Thank you.
Collection of polygons. There you have it. Heard it here first. Collection of polygons will be added soon.
Adding that to the wiki now.
Yeah, Lewis has done an amazing job on the baby sea emperors.
Yeah, they're adorable.
They look like
yeah,
they're inspired by baby turtles.
Well, he actually just had his first child, so he's getting a lot of inspiration right now.
Aw,
Aw.
that's
Wait, is that actually partially the inspiration for the Sea Emperor's the baby animation?
I believe so. Yes, he's getting a lot of reference for
His
it.
babies
Okay.
also have
Well,
tentacles
That's a very good fact.
and scream. Well, I imagine they probably do scream, actually. Are there plans to add more land creatures of any kind? Because I know, obviously...
There's only one.
Yeah, we would love to add more land creatures. I don't think that's going to happen.
Okay.
You know, because they would actually need more AI than underwater because they have to stay on land kind of thing. So.
Yes, they can't just
And that would mean we have to grab a programmer, and the programmers are always busy because the artists can't program AI,
Yeah,
obviously.
that would be
So
weird.
it's unlikely, unfortunately, I would say. I'm not going to say no because we all really want more land creatures in the game, but it's not on the roadmap, so it's unlikely.
What is your favourite game apart from Subnautica?
Ooh, all right. This is going to sound biased as hell, but I think my favorite game of all time is NS2.
Thought you were gonna say
Yeah, I've noticed you have over 1,000 hours in the game, so
Mhm. Yeah. So NS2, I was around it during the NS1 days. So that was a very long time ago, back in 2002, I think that was released. And then for the original mod for Half-Life, and I was around there. I was a playtester for that when I was very young. And then I got involved with NS2 as soon as I could on a volunteer basis. Then I was part of the community development team that took over. I was co-lead on that. After Unknown Worlds stopped development on NS2, and then after restarting development on NS2, I went on that team as well. So I'm actually working on NS2 a little bit. I'm mostly on Subnautica, but I work on NS2 a little bit. I did some props for the latest NS2 update for Halloween. So I did a skull prop, I did a gravestone prop, and some candles and stuff for the update. So
Alright.
I'm still working on NS2 a little bit, and but I mostly work on Subnautica.
Total Biscuit liked NS2, didn't he?
He did. It is a pretty hardcore game, though. Once you get hold of it, once it grabs you, it's a very addictive game, and there's nothing quite like it that scratches the itch that you get from it. So once you get into it, it's a very deep and fun game. But we understand it is quite a difficult game, so we've been working really hard on.
It's only £3.
Yeah, right now it's like 50% off during the sale or something.
Which one?
Natural Selection 2.
NS2.
It's a really good game. I got like trapped in a circle for about a week of watching this guy on YouTube, who I think is one of the devs for it. He has like he had quite a lot of subs, and he just did like matches of Natural Selection, and I just watched like them. I got like in a loop of like 10 weeks just watching them on repeat because they were so interesting to look at.
We just released a new game mode actually for NS2 for Halloween. It's called The Infested. So it's a bit like if you've ever played what was it? One of the Gary's mod, Trouble Terrorist in Terrorist Town?
Trouble in Terrorist.
Yeah, so it's a bit like that, but think of that and The Thing, the movie The Thing, combined into one game mode where one person is infected and they spread the infection. But it's a really, really cool game mode. I absolutely love it. I played like 2 hours of it today just because I felt like playing it. It's a free mod for game mode for the game, and as soon as you launch the game, it says you can play Infested, and you click play, and yeah, it's one of those things where it's nowhere near as deep as the NS2 game, so you can get in, have fun, play it, and then get out. I actually really enjoyed playing it.
Yeah. Your review is certainly not biased at all. This game is a blend
yeah.
of the best FPS games and best RTS games. It's only.
I'm gonna say that I made that review before I was a developer.
Oh right, okay, that's fine. Then.
So it's not at the time. It's not as biased.
At the end, you did abruptly say "buy it," which I think can come across as quite aggressive marketing.
Yeah, you should buy it.
You should. It's a good game. I should probably.
You should. At £3, if you play it for an hour,
that's worth it.
It's totally worth it.
Yeah, seems like it. Any more questions?
I'm just really bad at the game.
You want to answer?
So that's like $4 or something. Anyway.
You want any more questions you can see that you want to answer?
How cool would it be if you could make a saddle and ride the Sea Dragon? That's from Chaotic. That would be so awesome. I would love that. I'm not sure we can do it, but it would be great. I actually really like riding the reefbacks, especially the new ones. They're really
riding
fun.
them.
Yeah.
What do you mean? How do you ride one?
Well, I can grab onto it with my Exo grappling hook.
Well, can you stand on? Oh yeah, of course, yes.
Yeah.
Last time I tried to stand on a reef back, it didn't go well.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
sink
You got to be
bottom?
careful.
They're quite
Tom
delicate.
Cave, why is there lava underwater? Because there is lava underwater.
Don't question it. It's just science.
Are you questioning the Peeper God?
Yeah, also, whose dog is barking
Never
in the
questioned
background?
Peeper God.
That is my dog, and I'm sorry.
Tell it to vacate the area.
Titan Jonathan asks, when is the PS4 version coming out? That is a very good question and one I can't answer.
All I know is that it said they might begin development if Xbox One sales are good or something like that.
Yep.
That's all I remember.
We have nothing to talk about that yet.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. A good sentence from Cylinder. Guys, just note he's an animation dev, not the dev of every single thing in the game. That is good. Anything else you want to answer? Would you add lava peepers to the lava zone? You need to. Sorry, but
Lava Reapers?
Lava
peepers.
Lava peepers. Personally, I would like to see them down there, but you don't want to add everything that's in the safe shallows down in the deep.
I think we
'Cause,
need
you've already
lava.
seen that.
We need lava everything, I think. Like lava rabbit ray, lava. Wait, no. Lavas are already lava. So a Kara lava. No, a Kara lava would be the best
Crunch.
mixture of everything. Yeah.
Stop.
I'm sorry. Any more questions?
I think you've confused them now.
Yeah, I think a lot of these questions that are coming through now, I've either already asked or I can't answer. And for those of you asking, do I like Finland? Of course I like Finland.
Who doesn't like Finland?
Do you like Canada?
I love Canada. It's like America without the crazy.
Yeah.
That's a good description of Canada, actually.
And we got free healthcare.
Could we have an animation where we swim and touch a reef back for the first time? Because that would be and make an incredible emotion.
We've talked about doing animations, and we already have a lot of those for the not weapons, but like tools and things like that. It does a little flourish, first use flourish. So it's something we possibly could do, but if it requires no programming time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
What is your favorite biome?
The Arctic.
It's a cross between Safe Shallows and I would say Lost River. I really love Lost River and what the guys did in that whole area. You can really see that as development's gone on, the amount of skill that the guys on the level design team have improved upon. But I absolutely love Safe Shallows because I think it's a wonderful introduction to the game. It's so colorful, it's so bright, and the way it kind of fades off, and you can I love those biomes.
Yeah. Any more questions that you want to answer? If not,
Oh, okay. So regarding
I love all the EU countries, and I'm sorry we're leaving you.
yeah, we want to come back. I promise.
Okay, I don't know what you mean by that, but okay.
We voted to leave the EU.
Learn about the world, dude. Brexit's a thing.
Brexit.
I'm not British, I don't.
Sad. Okay. Any more
So
questions?
regarding I had a question.
Mm-hmm.
So Maddie, don't text me right now. I don't need it. Okay.
We don't care about
So-
your love life.
Shut up. So regarding the tools you said earlier and the animations, is there a way that we could bind a button, like, I don't know, to inspect it again? Because I think the first use animations are really cool, and I'd like to, maybe if I'm walking around, I'd like to maybe play them. If that makes sense.
That would be cool.
I know what you're saying. I'm not sure. You could email a request to one of the programmers and see if they could do that.
Okay.
I will spam one of them until they.
Spam them until they reply. Spam them until
I mean,
they
it works on Corey.
I'd tell you a chemistry joke, but I know I wouldn't get a reaction. That's right.
Very clever.
That's just
Because I'm not British.
Someone asked if there's going to be a Christmas update. Probably-ish, because we do one every month, and it's kind of that's around the right time.
Do you mean Christmas themed or Christmas?
I doubt we
time?
can do Christmas themed with the world that we have.
We just have like the peepers wearing Santa hats or something.
Put a Christmas
the-
hat on top of that on top of the Reaper's horn.
Give the life pod a Santa hat.
Yeah.
That would be quite fun.
That would be amazing. Oh, okay.
Instead
Any
of
more
roaring, it
questions?
can yell ho ho ho.
Any more questions?
Tig E asks, can you please tell us where the Subnautica team is based, or where the office is in Britain? There is no British office, but all of the level design team are actually British, as well as me. So there is an office in San Francisco where a lot of the Americans work. There's about 6 or 7 of the people in there. And then you've also got a lot of people who work off-site in various parts of the world. So we have we have a couple of people in Australia. We have one person in Thailand, a few people in and around Europe and Poland and places like that. And various states in the Americas. So it's a global team, and every now and again we all get together. We fly somewhere like Spain, and then we kind of, not a vacation, but kind of work through some stuff together.
Mm-hmm. I
You
just
took that trip to Spain once.
yes,
We
you-
did, yes.
You posted on Twitter
And-
that picture of you watching me, which was
Yep, that was quite a fun experience, putting one of your videos on like a giant 50-inch TV.
that was crazy.
The whole team was watching.
Yeah, according to Crunch, he crapped his pants.
I did. That was like the first interaction I'd ever had with any of like you guys. Like, I had no idea any of you noticed I was even alive. So to have actually a picture of you watching it on like a 50-inch TV was kind of cool. So yeah, thank you for that. Well, that
You're
was-
very welcome.
Well, now you know.
That was in June. Jeez.
Well, I know the devs go on the wiki, and so that's special, right, Bip?
Yep, the wiki is actually a really useful tool for us because none of us can know everything about the game. So
That's
by
awesome.
having something like a wiki that's community done means that if we need to reference something, although we have our own internal references for some stuff, it's nowhere near as good as the wiki that the community creates. So the wiki is helping us develop the game. So everyone who works on that or submits stuff, well done.
Can we get a wiki hull plate?
Nice.
Whole plate for everyone that's ever played the game. I think we should get.
Yeah. I think I have a screenshot of Eden politely asking Obraxis for a wiki hull plate. I still have it.
Really? I don't
Yes.
know who Eden is, but it's a nice name.
Eden, she's weird. She's something else.
Wow. Okay, that was nice.
Hi, Eden. If you're watching this, I gave you your unwanted shout out.
End of Drift is asking if the Jacksepticeye hull plate is in the game. Yes, but you need to. If you don't have it, you need a Jacksepticeye code to claim it. If you don't have one of those, then
yeah.
They are rare items. You could probably find one for an extortionate amount of money on the Steam marketplace, or hang out on the Discord. And every now and again, very rarely, I may do a hull plate drop.
This live stream is now
Which
turned into
confirmed he does when I'm not around.
I specifically wait until you're not there.
He did do.
Exactly.
He did try and do one last stream, didn't you? Because you came on and then it didn't let you. For some reason.
Yeah, I have no idea why. I do actually need to get another supply of hull plate codes anyway, so.
Oh right, okay. Oh, you can't just make them up.
No, we do have a generator, but I don't make them myself. I get them from another team member.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. Hang on a second. I'm just dealing with someone who's not a very nice person.
There are a few of those on the internet.
Yeah.
Don't let them.
I think he's angry, / she, I don't know which one. I think they're angry because I don't think I answered one of their questions, like, within a
What was
minute.
the question?
I don't know. Now it's just swear words, so I'm gonna...
Person who is swearing at Awesome Crunch, please don't do that. That's not a very nice thing to do, because Awesome Crunch is awesome,
Thank you.
and he does an exceptionally good job. So if you swear at him, you're swearing at us developers, and
God,
that's
I'm
very bad.
stupid. I just banned Nightbot.
Nice job.
I meant to block Lars Haas, but I blocked Nightbot. Oh.
GG.
Okay, he's
GG.
unblocked. Nightbot is
Just as-
unblocked.
Just as Obraxis was telling you how awesome you are, you go and ban your own type.
I know.
Perfect timing there.
God, I'm a bad person. Okay, any more questions you want to answer before you go, or whatever you're doing? I don't know.
Yeah, I should think about heading off.
Yeah, that's
actually,
fine. You've been here for a long time, much longer than I expected. So.
What time is it? What time is it for you Brits?
It's
10 past
about
9.
Yeah,
10 past 9,
9:07
wow.
or something.
Yeah,
It's
9
10 past 4. It's 4:10 for me, so
Alright. Cool. So,
So yes, thank you for having me, and
yes, no problem.
I think I just want to say thank you very much to all the wiki people. Thank you very much to all the fans of Awesome Crunch for sticking around and listening to the live stream and all my silly answers. And thank you very much for Awesome Crunch for being awesome
Thank
and
you.
making all these videos. And
Woo!
good luck with your YouTube stuff.
Thunderstar and Bippity.
Thank you,
Thunderstar
Obraxis.
And Thunderstar and Bippity are awesome as well.
Damn right
And
we are.
everyone should chill and relax in the Subnautica Discord, because
Yeah,
that's a
everyone
fun place
join
to
it.
be.
How do you invite people to it? I could put an invite in the chat. Should I do
Yeah,
that?
you could just put an invite in chat
How do I
and
do
put it
that?
in there.
I'll
The
go do
description.
that. I can go do
Put it
that.
in the
Okay, yeah,
description.
someone else do that. That's good. Okay. Thank you all so much for watching. It was very, very fun. And I don't know when the next Subnauticast is going to be, but I don't know. So yeah, that was fun. Thank you for coming on. It was very good, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye, people.